Hey, what's up YouTube? This is Thomas Daniels coming at you with another video. Today I have my windup deck profile. I love the deck for the ban list. I mean, I don't have a problem with my Dragon Roller matchup. My memorable matchup's pretty easy. Evil Swarm, it's good. Constellar's a little bit of a problem, but then Fire, that's a joke. Okay, Fire Fist matchup's a joke for this deck. I should always win that matchup. But let's just go ahead and hop into the deck profile, guys. So starting off the deck, we have our staple 1 Magician. I really wish I could play more of you. 3 Shark. This card is just ridiculous. 3 Rat. I don't understand why people would only play 2 of this card. I mean, yes, you can draw this card dead, like, a lot. But in this deck, beating Dragon Rulers and Spellbooks and stuff, it's considering you want to keep plussing and you want to be able to keep control, like, with them. So, Rat legit is a free XYZ when you summon him. So, like, he's a free monster reborn. So, he's so good in the matter of you want to keep control of your opponent. Same with this guy. Unlike Shark, Rabbit and Rats can be easy pluses. So, they're really needed in the deck. The 1 Warrior. Warrior's needed for your Tour Guide Shark plays where you can go and Invoker and bring him out, and then Shark, and then you can possibly kill dragons with that combo right there. Your 2 Tour Guide, like I said, Tour Guide Shark, still really good. Still really good card. It's a 1 card XYZ, so like I said, you want to keep advantage and be able to keep control over your opponent, and you want to keep plussing and keeping card advantage just as much as your opponent in this deck for it to compete at this level. The 1 Thunder King, it's just really good against all matchups right now, in my opinion. So I really like playing the 1 Thunder King. And then the double Maxx C. The format's just fast. Mostly Dragon Rollers, but that's mostly what everyone's playing. So I really highly recommend you playing Maxx C at a 2 of. I wouldn't play 3 of because I don't like clogging Maxx C's in my hand. Because then you don't have anything else, any other cards to do anything else. This card right here is like a main key of the deck. Factory just adds everything, so like it generates the pluses that you need to keep control over Dragon Rollers. The 3 MST, this card's so vital at 3 of this format. If you're not playing 3, put a second, third, first in your deck. Well, just max out on these. The main key to this format is keeping Grand Spellbook Tower, Ravine, stuff like that off the field, and like end phase hitting their Infestation Pandemics if you can get lucky enough. This card's just so ridiculous in the Dragon matchup because if they don't have Ravine, they don't win. And Spellbooks, usually, you can cut them down from getting their advantage if you hit their towers. So, MST is really vital. 2 Duality. This is for consistency reasons. You really have to get your Rabbit Factory, or you get your Magicians, or, you know, you're some really valuable trap cards to your hand. I main deck 2 Messenger Peace. I feel this card's needed in the main deck because it can be such a stun factor, and with dragons having very little outs to this card, it can really blow them out of the water because you can be able to get the ultimate setup and they can't do nothing about it because of messenger. Book's just so OP in this deck. It's like one of the most versatile cards in this deck in general. If you don't play Book of Moon, you really should be playing Book of Moon. And then I play the Dark Hole. I just think Dark Hole is way too good. Just clears boards. They might have a response for it, but then that's one less card you have to worry about. For my traps, the 2 Vanity's Emptiness. This card's absolutely ridiculous in this deck because with your Rabbit skimming in and out, it's really hard to get this card off the field. So I really would recommend running Vanity's Emptiness at a 2 of. I know it's an expensive card right now, but it's really worth the investment. 2 Traps done. I really like this card too because it can completely shut down your opponent for a turn, and it can shut off your emptiness, and it can shut down your opponent to where you can Magician Shark, Rat, Magician Shark, you know, whatever you need to do to get your combo plays off. Trap Stun can help do that for you. I decided to cut a Fiendish Chain. I really hate this card in the Dragon matchup because, for one, it doesn't let him kick back. It does help my Volcasaurus plays, Fiendish Chain does, but I mean, I really don't like it in the Dragon matchup. In the Evil Storm matchup, it's questionable because of Pandemic. And in the Spellbook matchup, it's decent if you hit Blue Boy. But other than that, Fiendish Chain's bad because they also have a searchable Forbidden Lance. So I'm not a huge fan of this card anymore, is what everyone else is. So to where people think this card's really good, I think this card's really bad. But that's just my personal opinion. I like the one Bottomless is still way too viable. The 1 Mirror Force. I do play 1 Mirror Force, 1 Deep Prison. The reason why I decided to do this is because this deck, like I said, it has a decent Dragon matchup. But against Dragunity Roller, if they can go fucking Stardust, that shit's so hard to get off board. So I run the 1 Deep Prison just because you have to be able to get out of that Stardust to be able to do anything in this deck. because they also have protection in their back row to protect it, so you can't just go over it. So this is a really good way to just completely get out of their Stardust Dragon. The one Torrential, too good. The one Compulse, the Warning, and 2 cards that I'm kind of teching in my deck. It's a 41 card deck. I'm playing the one Dust Tornado because I find it really easy to beat Dragon and Spellbook when I open this in an MST or double MST, because if you can keep their Ravine and their towers off the field, and if you can end phase hit their important stuff like Fate and stuff, because you know where they're setting it, this card just becomes way too good, and it comes way too great in grind game, because you don't want them top decking. You don't want them top decking anything like Return and setting it, and then you can end phase Dust and hope for the best. I've done that a few times, them setting Return like mid game, like them like running out of resources, and then I've fucking end phase Dust it, and they've been the saltiest players of all time. One Call of the Haunted. A lot of people don't understand why I play this card. I really like this card in this deck because a lot of people are like, oh, it's so bad. Like, you can Call of the Haunted the Magician, and then you can reveal Shark, which is free plussing, free exceeds, free everything. That same with Rat. And to bring back Rabbit, like, this is chainable, so it's like they have a destruction card, and then you chain this to bring back Rabbit, and then you can chain Rabbit's effect to send stuff in and out of the deck. I mean, in and out of the banish zone. And then there's also good with Thunder Kings, because you can respond to Pot of Dualities, Tenki, stuff like that with Call of the Haunted, and it just completely messes their day up. So I would really recommend trying out Call of the Haunted. On my extra decks, I play one Zenmanes, because I play Zenmanes because it's a wind-up. I don't find him too useful, but, I mean, he's a wind-up. Invoker, because the plays are ridiculous. The most broken card ever. Equipped Engineer. If you just have a Tour Guide, nothing else, I really suggest just going into him instead of Zenmanes. This card is just so legit, and this card's legit when you're comboing and you're trying to put a lot of attack points on board. You can put him on board. This card can make Swift Scarecrow miss. This card can do a lot of things that a lot of people don't know. Like, if you're putting your Volcasaurus on field, Volk something. If you want to wait till next turn, make them try to come back from it. You mech-whipped it, and then you can just keep burning them. It's really good. One Leviathan, one Leviair, and I learned my freaking lesson. I'm playing an Acid Golem. I could have beat Dragon Rollers at my local last week, but I decided not to play him. I played a Giga Brilliant in his position, but that was a major mistake because he put Blaster on field, and he was at exactly 200 life points, and I had the chance to make him. I didn't make him, and the guy ended up winning the match. Well, not the match. We went time, and we tied. One Maystroke, one Dweller. This card's absolutely ridiculous in the Dragon matchup late game. I'm really sorry about the glare, guys. It's really bad, I know. Dweller's ridiculous in the Dragon matchup, and if you happen to run in the Mermail, Dweller's really good. The one Diamond Direwolf, I just find this card to be really good because of the Rabbit pluses. So, like I said, plus to beat them Dragons and Spellbooks. Gaga Cowboy, I wasn't running this card either at first, but then I just realized there's too many places where it could have came in handy, where I could have cowboyed someone for game, or tacked over one of their bigger monsters with a cowboy to get in there with my smaller monsters. So I would really recommend running a cowboy in this extra deck. The one Papal Operative for the OTKs in the Rat back to attack mode, or just, popping one of their tokens to attack and then hitting in there for a lot. So yeah. And then my 5s, I play the one Tiers. I find this card to be too useful. If you want to run in against back row, Zenmayo, I really like this card. Like I said, you just got to continue plussing to beat Dragons in Spellbooks, and they set a lot of back row. So this card can really get in there. And against the Evilsword matchup, it's freaking ridiculous, because if they don't have a response to it, and you hit 2 of their back row and then run over their Ophion, they're devastated. Zenmayo is just way too good of a card. If you have it with traps done, you pretty much win the game. Volcasaurus, it's just way too good. It's just way too freaking broke. Especially if you have this play, and then you go the Invoker play into this, and you hit their Blaster, and then you Gaia Charger, you literally only need that Invoker plus 200 points to hit exact game on Dragons. And then the Gaia Charger to help with the Volcasaurus, and then once he's used, it's to help push in their shit. My side deck is, it's geared to the way I like it, but I think it's a very good sideboard. I play the double DD Crow because Dragons suck. Yeah, that's why I'd play them. The one Snowman, I really like it in the Evil Swarm matchup and against Rogue decks, and I'll even side this in against Dragon. I'll be really sketchy, and I'm not even gonna lie, I'll side this in against Dragon Roller because I'm just not scared of them putting one Dragon on board and then I'll Snowman it. They're not gonna expect a Snowman, in all honesty. I'm the one Banisher. This is really freaking OP if you draw it against Dragons or Spellbooks, and then it's really good if you draw it against Mermail. Like Mermail, good game. I play the 2 Exceeds Encore. You guys might not completely understand this call because this deck has a decent Evil Swarm matchup and it has a decent Constellar matchup. Well, I like XYZ Encore because it makes those matchups even easier. So I'm not playing just complete Dragon Hate. I'm playing the Encores because, like I said, you can make their the matchups so much easier in your favor. Double Debunk. I just think Debunk's way too OP. It helps against my Blackwing matchup. I hate Kalut so much. Dragons, if they're trying to max you, Debunk can come in handy in a lot of different situations. I am siding my second Dust Tornado because it's just way too viable in a lot of the matchups. So I find Dust Tornado coming in a lot during my game 2s and 3s because it just shuts stuff down. The one Fiendish, I do side the other one because I do kind of like it against some matchups. Like I said, like Constellar, it's an okay card, and I like it a little bit against Spellbooks, so like I will side the other one in, but like against Blackwings too, I kind of like this, unless they have the Icarus, and then you're kind of like, shit. Side the second D-Priz, I've stated it a few times, I really don't like the Dragoonity Ruler matchup when they can go Stardust, so I side in my D-Prisons to get the Stardust out of the way. I side one Overworked to make rogue decks less viable. Hurts Inzectors, hurts Dart, anything with a field spell that pumps stuff, really kills your Fire Fist matchup. Like, it makes the Fire Fist matchup even more stupid than it is. I mean, you should be able to 2-0 your Fire Fist matchup 95% of the time. And this card just makes it so much easier. I play one Xing Zhen Hu. People question me on this, the Dust Tornadoes, the MSTs, all of the hate to stop everything. Well, if you can end phase this, you're literally locking your opponent out of 2 cards. 2 cards for 1. You know what that does for you? That puts you up 1. That puts you up 1 card. That 1 card can mean game. So this card's really good. It's good against Rogue. Use Xing Zhen Hu against Dragon, Madolche, Spellbook, Evil Swarm, Constellar, and this can easily mean game. Especially if your opponent's waiting to use their back row. Use Xing Zhen Hu, and then you automatically have game. This card's just way too good. I'm telling you. Personal experience, this card wins games. This card wins games. Wins games. Then I play Soul Drain, because it's Soul Drain. I'd play more if it wasn't more. And then there's one card missing. You've seen that this is only 14. There is one missing Dimensional Fissure. If somebody would like to find it for me, it is laying down there somewhere. So, that's it for my deck profile, guys. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Let us know what you think of the deck. Well, let me know, because it's just me. Let me know what you think about my tech choices, my really teched out sideboard. But yeah, guys, that's it for Thomas Daniels. Just like I said, comment, rate, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you like my content. What can I do better? What am I doing wrong? What should I bring to you more as a viewer? Yeah, but that's it, guys. Thanks.